Welcome to another day in the woods with Oakford School. Today's activity is traps and trap making. It's an activity that I absolutely love. It's fantastic, it's exciting, get to use lots of tools, get to learn about animals and the natural environment. Kids love it, they love the mechanics of traps, and it's fantastic. Got lots of cross-curricular applications. So thanks for joining us, brilliant. Morning everybody, welcome to the wood, welcome to Oakford School. Today we are going to talk about trapping. Passive trapping. That means that we are not going to actually trap any animals, and after we finish this we're not going to go away and trap any animals. Alright, now what I've got here, the way it works is the animal comes in here, and on this little hook here, this trigger, we place some food. It'll come along, it'll have a nibble, and as it nibbles it, the trap shuts and it's locked in. Alright, this is a rat trap. Come along, it's like a mouse trap but super sized. Right, the rat comes along, it takes some bait off of there and off it goes, it springs the trap.
Whoa!
Right, out here, now what we've done is use some natural materials to make our own snares, our own traps, spring snares, bird traps, lots of different things. So over here we've got a bird trap, we've got a large mammal trap, a notch trap, a figure 4 trap, we've got a fish spring trap. We'll show you the mechanics how these work in a moment. We've got a fish spring trap, a mortise trap, a wedge trap and some stakes for our nets.
Yep.
Right, go. Right, you don't need any special tools to be able to make traps. If you've got a knowledge of the natural environment, how you can make cordage, where you can find cordage, right, you don't need any special tools. What I've done is took two twigs here with 2 little branches. One would be a stake in the floor, the other would become the trigger, and they'd work like that. So one would sit on there, one would sit on there, like that, you see? Piece of string round the top one, round the trigger, snare at the bottom. As soon as the rabbit pushed through, it would pull it off. So you don't need saws, you don't need knives, you just need to use your head, right, and apply yourself and have a little bit of knowledge about what natural materials are about, what you can use. Alright?
How do you start?
Just press it. Bang!
I have got a girl scream words really hard.
I did it, just touch it. Bang!
Oh my god!
Right now, so this is what I call an opposite notch spring snare. Right, we've got our engine from this piece of oak, we've got these 2 downward stakes and this trigger arm. The notches are on opposite sides, so when the game comes, whichever way it comes from, it's going to trigger the snare. Because what we want is to dispatch the game as quickly as possible, want it to die as quickly and humanely as possible. So here's representation, a little squirrel or a rabbit, and then it comes and sits in the snare, pushes it.
Oh wow.
And off it goes. Right guys, this is a bird trap. I think it's quite an ingenious bird trap. Here's the snare, here's the trigger, and what we do, we place bait or food on the top. A bird will come and land on the trigger. Now the trigger's holding the snare in place, but really, really gently. As soon as you put pressure on there, this weight or this counterbalance releases the snare, and the snare will close around the bird's feet. So it'll look something like this. So along come the bird, drop on it, and it'll pull it up. Whoa. And snare it up. Alright. Now this is a really small example. You know, I've seen examples that are massive, you know, really to catch. Right guys, what we've got here is a classic figure of 4 trap or deadfall trap. This is a super sized one that we made because we use this for teaching. But basically it's a trigger mechanism. We put bait on this end, the animal comes along, takes the bait and triggers a trap, something like this, and it squashes whichever animal we got. Like I say, it's a super sized one for teaching. Normally it's a little bit smaller depending on what animal you're trying to catch. Whoa, nearly. It's not as easy as it looks, is it boys? It takes perseverance, right, but to be fair, you have stuck at it for ages. Keep going. I know you've had it a couple of times, but keep going. Right boys, what have we got here?
So this is a animal snag trap, and what would happen is if the animal came in, there'd be bait there. The animal would come in, it'd trigger this, and it'll pull it up and strangle it.
Bill,
Until
and how have you made it?
dies.
Just explain to me how you've made it.
So we find these normally. We just found this stick. We hammed it into the ground. There's two. That's a trigger. So if that pulls, it's gonna fling it up.
And this is the bendy branch, and it'll
What do we call the bendy branch, Charlie? The car's got one.
engine,
An engine, good lad.
and it flings up, and it'll hang it until it dies. But
We want
the
it
more
to die
power,
instantly.
The more power is more choke it'll get.
And what does that mean for the animal? What we're trying to do?
Kill it instantly
Kill it
so it doesn't suffer.
Good. Well done, boys.
So this is a animal snare trap, and what's supposed to happen is there's be some bait there. The animal will come through, get the bait, and it'll knock that, and then it'll go flying up. So I'm just going to demonstrate.
Well done.
Dead on only.
Obviously, we've been looking at traps, making traps, trap setting. Right? No one after this session is allowed to go out and make a trap. Right? This is what we call passive tracking. It's to look at the terminology, it's to look at the design behind it, right? And it is fun. However, it is illegal to trap in this way, right? You will get into trouble. So no one goes out and traps in this way, all right? Does everybody understand that?
Yeah.
Well,